Well, hello everybody. I'm happy to say that YouTube is working this morning, which caught me completely off guard because I was working on it, but wasn't sure if I got it working. I've been working on a lot of tech stuff to kind of keep things going, and we are now into day 3 here. Um, I think I have everything up and working. I did have a brutal argument with my Retron 5 and had to pull its memory chip, so I pulled its brain out. So we'll be showing the intro for Lost Vikings today, since we weren't able to do it before because of the way the Retron was set up. Then we'll jump to the ground level and finish the spaceship, and then go into the dinosaur levels and all that. So that is what the plan is. Let's see what's going on up here. Okay. A lot of new people coming in today. I understand that Thor doesn't stream on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So that could be good for us. Who knows? But I will try to fill in as best I can, and we will go from there. So right now, the question log is kind of empty. So if you had a question on there and I missed it, I completely apologize. If you were in the chat this morning, we were talking about some of the differences between UK and US as far as working and stuff like that. And if you have a chance, go back to read it. If you have some questions on it, let me know. It's not my birthday. So we're going to pull the It's Not My Birthday from Thor's Pro show over to my show, to where I have to say it's not my birthday every day. Well, I'm not going to do that. My birthday was months ago. Yes, I can say months now because it's many months. And I've already given Thor a hard time, and he's already apologized, so it's all good. Now his brother, that's another thing. No, I'm kidding. Yes, I know. Thor did not call me, but that's okay. Thor also works 12 hours a day. One of the questions I did see was someone had asked about family and stuff like that when it comes to game development and the amount of time we're home and or not home. And what I'll say is this: is as a father, I failed miserably on that. But I also succeeded on quite a few things. One of the things that I always thought was important was to, when I am home, to try to spend time with the boys as much as possible. And one of the things we did was, and we did this through books 1 through 6, is every night I would come home and I would read them a chapter of the Harry Potter books. And of course, because I'm goofy, I would do voices and stuff like that, depending on what was going on. But we would sit on the couch, and one on either side of me, and we would read a chapter of one of the books. And we did that for as long as it took. I mean, up until I think book 6. And then they were too old and they go, we'll just read it ourselves. I'm like, okay, which was kind of cool, but also kind of a bummer, because I actually really liked sitting with them and reading and things like that. But they got older, and that happens. It's not they go off and do their own thing. As we know, Thor is very much Thor. But but back to the point is, work is going to, in game development, the hours can be absolutely brutal. And I used to joke that that I worked 16 hours a day, but it wasn't that far from the truth, because there were times when I did work 16 hours a day. No one told me I had to. It's just one of the things about being completely driven and passionate about what you do is, sometimes when you start something, you cannot let it go until you get it right. And that can be a bad thing, especially if you have people waiting at home. So what I would say is, figure out a way to where you can turn it off at a certain time and then return to it. Like, one of the things that I tried to do, and I sometimes I think I succeeded at, sometimes I didn't, was tried to make sure that I went home for dinner and hung out with them for dinner until they went to bed, and then sometimes went back to work afterwards, and then worked till like midnight, and then came home. You know, but they're not going to know why you're gone. They're just going to know you're gone. So try to work out a time that in a schedule that works for both of you, because they really need you there. They need to know that the support is there. They need to know that you're going to be there when they need you, and things like that. And it's a fine balance. I ended up working from home a lot of times, and taking work home and working on it and then taking it back, but yeah, so we'll talk more about that probably coming up later. Let's see what we got here. Bum, 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 bum. Nothing there. Let's go to the questions. What is an IP from another company you'd like to work on, even if it'll never happen? God, that is a good question. What game would I like to work on? I don't have an answer to that question right now. Some of my favorite games I played from the 90s. Half-Life 2. I will always call out Half-Life 2. I really enjoyed Half-Life 2. I enjoyed the Neo Geo system was a lot of fun, and the games that were on that. God, my favorite Neo Geo one was we were playing. I believe it was one of the fighter games, and Sam was really really good at it. And there was a bet once. Him and Frank got into it about something, and he goes, "Well, I can beat you with my feet." And Sam and Frank goes, "You can't beat me with your feet." So Sam put the controller on the ground, and then proceeded to beat Frank at the fighter game using his feet on the controller. It was the most funny thing I'd ever seen at the time. Sam probably tells that one better, but it was a very funny memory for me, because it was just like, a Samurai Showdown. Yes, you're absolutely right. Someone put up a list of games. It was Samurai Showdown, I believe. But it was a lot of fun. There was also a vampire game back then, where one of the things, and I don't remember the name of it, but it was like he would go, brah, and then the blood would suck out of the person and go into his hand, and things like that. But I don't remember the name of that one. But yeah, the Neo Geo. Oh, and then the pinball. There was a pinball game in Neo Geo that I thought was really cool. I don't remember the name of that one, because it was just like we would play. One of the things we would do is we would play during lunchtime. So we would play either games, or we would play Magic. So we play Magic the Gathering, and there's pictures of us in some of the videos we put out, literally sitting on the floor in the big area of the office, playing Magic the Gathering at lunchtime. And it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it. Okay, let's see. Let's cover some stuff. Shirt of the day. Let's see what the shirt is today. The shirt of the day is, I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you. That is today's shirt. And obviously we'll be moving on with Lost Vikings today. And I think I have the Retron set up correctly to play the intro and to allow me to enter codes to jump to the levels that we're on. Let me see what's up here. I want to make my own game and try to teach myself game development, especially programming 3D assets. Blender, do you have any advice trying to learn game dev? Like I said yesterday, I think that the first thing you need to learn on game dev is what's the story you're trying to tell? What is it you want to relate to your players? What is it that you want your players to experience? Then determine what your storylines are, all that kind of stuff. And for me, and other developers will probably tell you differently, and I'm perfectly fine with that, is that the story, whatever your story is, whatever game it is you want to make, it can fit if you design it right, it can fit into any storyline. But as far as design and stuff like that, read everything about design you can. In fact, I showed a book the other day. Let me grab it here. I showed this book. Let me see if I can get it up here. Yeah, it's called the Design of Everyday Things, and it's really, to me, it was a really good read in regards to good design and bad design, and how to notice it, how to figure it out. And one of the things that it talks about, and it's by Dr. Donald A. Norman. And one of the things that he does is, he, as an example, he tells you that there's these things called Norman doors. And a Norman door is something that all of us run into every single day. And it's a door that you walk up to that has a handle and you think you have to pull it, but it's actually a push. Or it has so a Norman door is a door that doesn't represent what it does, or anything that doesn't represent from a design standpoint what it does. So if you walk up to a building and there's a handle on the door, your instinct is to grab it and pull it. Whereas in some cases it's a push door. So he goes into that kind of thing where some of the things that us as players, or sorry, as humans, are programmed to, not programmed, what's the word I'm looking for? Us as humans can't have a certain way that we automatically think things work. And when they don't work that way, we think it's our fault, when it's actually bad design. So I would suggest reading this book, because I think that it can help you learn how to design things for humans and give you some instincts on that. I would say do that. As far as using Blender and 3D assets, yeah, go and learn all that stuff. I mean, what find out what platform you want to use, and then find out which program it uses. Because like if you use like Game Maker Studio, it has its own code. If you use Unity, it has its own scripting system. Learn those things. Learn the tools of the things you want to do, and then you'll figure it out. But first off, just design it. Just design everything and make a list of everything you want in the game. Then go through that list and say what's good, what's bad, and take the bad things out. Then take that and build your characters and give them really good arcs. I have a, let's see if I have it down here. No, I don't. No, there's a really good book on archetypes that you can say, so you can help build what your character arcs and stuff like that are in your storylines and things like that. And I'll have to look it up, and I'll see if I can, during the break, I think I'll run upstairs. I think it's next to my bed, because I think I was reading it a couple weeks ago and left it up there. But there's a really good book on archetypes. Learn the subject that you want to do. Play games similar to what you want to make, and then literally just take out a big piece of paper, a big piece of graph paper, and start laying everything out. Because pencil and paper are free, and you can't go wrong. And my rule has always been is if it's fun on paper, it'll be fun on a computer. Sit down with your friends and play it as a board game. See what happens. Did you hear about Warcraft 2 remastered internal alpha new? No, I have not. Not heard anything about it. When I talk to people that I know at Blizzard, it's not about Blizzard. It's about how they are and stuff like that, because they're my friends. So I don't know what's going on with the remaster there. I'm so excited that YouTube is working now. Of course, now I have twice as many comments I have to pay attention to. Okay, where are we at? Okay, we were going to go. We've done t-shirts. We pretty much covered intro. All right, let's see if the Lost Vikings are going to cooperate. Let's see. Okay, so we go here. It's funny, as I have a Steam Deck panel over here, the little Steam Deck, but I keep just changing it with my mouse. So I don't know what the hell's going on with my brain. Okay, so let's see what happens when I push start. Hopefully, it'll play the intro. Let's see. Start. Come on, you can do it. Give me a screen that says new game. Ah, new game. Okay, let's play the intro here. We're playing it because someone asked yesterday what the storyline for Lost Vikings was, and I really told it badly. My name is Eric the Swift. I can run like the wind and leap tall buildings in single bound. It is boop, boop, boo. Have a nice day, honey. See, so they're going to go out hunting get their little families going. Eric likes to climb trees. I'm Olaf the Stout. I can block anything with my shield. And finally, I am Balog the Fierce. I am the toughest Viking in the land. No one can defeat me. Why did my Vikings suddenly become rednecks? That's interesting. Huh. Okay, so now we will officially have... Oh, okay. Seeing game sounds low, I'll bring it up. Coming up. That better? There, that should be good. How math works, even if you combine two. Okay, I'm not sure what that's in regards to. That may be him talking to somebody else. What I was talking about in regards to story arcs and stuff like that is what archetypes are in your story, and do they have a complete arc of growth within your story, as mentioned. You mentioned a lot of book you already read. Do you still read a lot? Yes, I read a lot, and I listen to Audible a lot. You know, I remember like one of the first books that Chris Metzen told me about was Holy Blood, Holy Grail, which was amazing because it talks about all the God, my brain just went blank. Later that night. Sorry, I'm interrupting the intro. See, so this is where they got kidnapped by the alien. Because people ask, well, why are they on a spaceship? Well, because they got kidnapped by aliens. Because in the 90s, everybody got kidnapped by aliens. If you don't believe them, just ask them. Okay, see, and then that's where the game started. And we played through... Oh, wait, no, we have to replay 1 and 2 because... Yeah, we're going to replay 1 and 2 because they went with the lost episode. Okay, that's a problem. Oh, okay. Good about this. Okay, boop-a-doop-boo. Whoop. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, gotcha. I don't. Okay, aloof. And once again, just for fun, there's Olaf's butt. Oh, there you go. You can officially say that I put a butt on my channel. All of us must reach the time of exit to escape. Okay, here we go. Would it be an option for you to maybe read a book on stream? Well, what I might do is years ago, Metzen wrote a children's book for WoW, and I might read that if I can find a copy of it. I think I have one in storage, but my storeroom's a tad bit away, so I may have to see about what one. But I can read one. I can also take ask for suggestions on what book I should read. If you really want me to read a book, I'm horrible at it, and I haven't done it since my kids were little. But yeah, sure, I'll read a book online. That would be funny. But all I would ask is that it's in some way game related. Is there a, what was that question? The question was, is there, oh, it's over here. Is there a story behind the rest in peace? Yeah, the thing was, we wanted to have an effect that that actually made sense, that the creature had died, and just having the little gravestone came up was funny to us. So yeah, that's why. I forget who came up with the idea. If you're out there, guys, old school guys, and you remember who came up with the idea for the gravestones, I'm all for it. I do remember when Thor was little, his mom and I used to tell his brother and him that they had another brother who was older, and his name was Derek. But every Halloween, we would put a tombstone in the front of the yard with all the other Halloween decorations, and it said Derek on it. And we used to tell them that it was their brother that died. It was all in fun, and but they knew it was a joke in the end. So, but every now and then I tell Jason or to Thor or his brother, I go, well, Derek wouldn't have acted that way. Derek was awesome. We don't know what your problem is. Yeah. So, but that's dad, mom, son jokes. You got to have them. Okay, we're going to give the bombs to Baylog. How long did they believe Derek was real? I think it was until they were like 5 or something like that, 5 or 6, somewhere in that area. And I'm to the point to where I'm not even sure they remember it at this point. They might, but I forgot about it for the longest time. And then on that show, The Good Place, they had a character named Derek, and it all came back because I love that character on that show. It's just, I'm Derek. Hi. So yeah, that one makes me laugh because it's just like, oh, I remember Derek. But yeah, we had a little tombstone, little Derek tombstone. One thing you'll probably notice from both Thor and I, there's a lot of humor. Oh wow, everything is funny. I cannot, even for the life of me, feel like I could live through or live in my world without humor. Absolutely must have humor. And that's one of the things why in the early days of like all of our game stuff that we put so much humor and stuff. It was great. Sometimes you just have to laugh things off. And a lot of people can't. A lot of people get very upset about almost everything. I'm not that guy. In fact, if you talk to people that know me, they'll say, yeah, there's not too much that affects him. But humor is definitely where most of my existence comes from. And it has a lot to do with, it started out in my early years as a coping mechanism, without a doubt, but then it just became part of my personality. And I can find just about anything humorous. Let's see, what was that? Your sense of humor is very pronounced. It's very clear that Thor gets it from. It's great. Yeah. Well, we love a good joke. Love it, love it, love it. I love a good joke. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about the Vikings, though. We are Vikings. We will save the world. Turn on the elevator or the levitator. Got it. Get up there. I don't think there was a special. Oop. You're gone. Next. Olaf. Fly into it. Okay. You've never played much Horde. Well, then you haven't played the game. Go Horde or go home. Sorry, I am a firm believer in the Horde. They're my people. Hey, what are ghosts? You mean in real life or in in games? Because I have theories on both. Physically challenged. Okay. What about ghosts are not physically challenged? Okay, we're going to clear something up right now. When I was born, I was blind. Completely. My pupils did not open, could not see a thing, could not see anything till I was 9 years old. So the physically challenged thing, yes, I completely agree that there's issues there. Oh, damn it. See, I'm talking about myself. I damn near killed him. We don't want him dead. We want everybody to make it to the end. As a coach that works with teenagers, I try to have some approach humor. And over the years, they appreciate because most approach. Well, the thing is I agree with you. As a coach, yes, you have to have humor. Everything has to have humor somewhere. If you don't, you're missing out on half of what the existence is, half of what fun is. You know, if you're literally sitting around and everything that you're doing is serious all the time, you're missing half of the world. You know, because I know people that are serious all of the time, like 24 hours a day, and it's exhausting. I mean, completely exhausting. You know, and I'm more of the, okay, cool, what are we gonna do now? Oh, okay. We're gonna go make pancakes? Okay, let's make pancakes. We're not gonna make pancakes. Okay, we're gonna make Star Wars pancakes. No, we're gonna make Star Wars waffles. Yes. We're back on waffles again. Now I understand Thor a little bit more. I understand now why he completely talks about food all of the time. Oh my God, am I becoming Thor? Have we come full circle here? I must say, not a fan of the idea. I made him. He does not make me. It does not work that way. Boop. Protect your peoples. Everybody get over to the side. The circle is complete. Oh yeah, that was very Palpatine, wasn't it? You're both conditioned to become one another. Well, I just think it's funny that eventually, when I get really old, he's going to have to change my diaper. That's going to be funny. Even though I may look at him with a very blank look on my face while he's doing it, inside I will be laughing. So he's just going to have to deal with that. Of course, if he's smart, he'll pay somebody else to do it. By the time he'll have either... Well, that is true. He may invent a device that will change my diaper, but... that's also a tad scary because knowing him, it will do horrible things to me. Let's see. Yeah, the gravestone is, I don't remember who came up with the idea for the gravestone, but it seemed like a real simple way to end the monsters. Okay, we have moved. Oh shit, what did I do? Oh no. Okay, apparently I split screen my screen, so that does continue on. Got to get back to where we were. It's funny because as I play, and I'm only playing online. I haven't been playing offline except for just trying to get the system to work. But as I play, I'm getting more used to the controls again, and that's good. So because we're playing through these levels here a second time, they seem to be a whole lot easier for me than they originally were. I'm also remembering where more stuff is, which is always good. Let's go over here. Eric? I always remember the Monty Python thing. Eric? Oops. And that's because you're dumb, Joe. Hoop-a-doop-boop. I'm going to do my best not to die repeatedly in this. Doing my best does not mean it's not going to happen, though. Let's see. Did I miss anything over here? Sorry, I'm checking. What is the earliest video game memory? My earliest video game memory is when Asteroids got delivered to the arcade near my house in San Juan Capistrano in California. That's my earliest video game memory. Before that, I was playing pinball machines. And as I said yesterday, when I was a kid, the Tommy pinball machine was the shit. It was just like, yes, that is my toy. That is the one I will play forever. But I remember when Asteroids was delivered, and actually that's wrong. That is not my earliest pinball, my earliest video game. My earliest video game was a Star Trek game. So there was this guy that used to work at, I think he was at MIT, and he had this computer there. It was a box, but there was a little screen on it. And he had written this Star Trek program where you would enter in numbers, and then a little blip would move and it would go across galaxies and stuff. So you would enter numbers, which would be your warp drive. And I found a picture of it because someone on Facebook, I know you guys have all seen these things where they say, I'm this old, and they show a 386 computer, and I'm just like, ha! You know, but I found a picture of this old Star Trek game, just the screen, and it's just numbers. And that's my earliest video game memory, because my mom had a friend who was at MIT, and he had brought his computer home and was showing me this game of Star Trek. That was my earliest video game memory. And I think I was in high school already. So it had to be like 76, 77. I know it was before Star Wars came out. So I remember Star Wars because my friend Steve Tomlin and I, Steve Tomlin had a 125 motorcycle, and he, little trials bike, and he had I rode in on the back from Dana Point. We rode up to Newport Beach to Big Newport movie theater and watched Star Wars, sitting in the front row because it was 1,200 seat theater, packed, and we had to sit in the front row. So Darth Vader was literally like 40 feet tall in front of me. God, I love that movie the first time. Oh, and Han shot first. So people had asked about yesterday about remakes and stuff like that and enhanced things. I think that I'm not a big fan of the remakes of Star Wars, the expanded editions. I'm just not a fan of it. The reason why is I think the graphic stuff is all good and all that kind of stuff. And someday I'll tell you when we get up to that part, I'll tell you the story of how when I met George Lucas and all that kind of stuff. It was like, he's a really nice guy, and he didn't kill me, so that was good. But yeah, because we had I'm not gonna tell that story now. I'll tell that story later. Make you come back. If I tell you everything today, then I won't have anything to talk about tomorrow. Let's see. Oop. Okay, where are we at? Okay. Some stuff here. Mine was yelling across the house asking how to spell words. Leisure Suit Larry. Yeah. What does that word mean? That was something that went away quick. I actually liked Leisure Suit Larry a little bit, but I also liked Day of the Tentacle. Day of the Tentacle was a really, really good game. And then Full Throttle was another one. Except for the board level where you had to smack the guy with the board while you're on the motorcycle. That took forever, but the rest of the game was really, really cool. There are a lot of new people here. Tell us again what you did in this game and what was experience like? Well, like I was saying the other day, in this game, my job was to, well, let's start at the beginning. I was hired for rock and roll racing. They put rock and roll racing on hold, and the whole company moved over to making this game. When every little piece of the background, all the tiles, all the everything for every single level, I laid out every single level by hand in a program called CED, which was written by Mike Morheim. And the thing about each level is every level could only have 124 8x8 cells of in it in order for the Nintendo to be able to play it. So if you look at, let me see if I can find just a single square. Okay, so, oh well, I'll use these blocks. So you see these blocks? These blocks are 48 by 48s, or sorry, 16 by 16s. And what they are is they're 4 separate 8 by 8 squares put together to make a single 16 by 16 block. That each of these tiles, the blue tiles, why am I pointing? I'm pointing at my screen so you can see me pointing at my screen. That's funny. I'm a nerd. I'm an idiot. Okay, so each of those is made up of several 8 by 8s. But you could only have 1,024 8 by 8s in the whole level. So all of those, laying all those out and cleaning them up. So like I would get it down to 1,024 cells. The level would look great. And then Sam would come up and like push a whole bunch of art to me to put in. And now we're at 4,000 8 by 8s. I'm like, oh my God, kill me. So then I'd have to whittle that down and incorporate his artwork with the existing artwork until we got to the point to where we were back down to 1024. But all the backgrounds in here I laid out. The monsters, I did most of the animations for the monsters because Sam was was new to computers and stuff like that. So at some point, I know he's talked about it before, but he always thanks me for teaching him computers because he could draw anything, still can. The guy's an amazing artist, but he had never used computers before he had come to Silicon and Synapse then, which is who we were when these were made. But so all the layouts, all the backgrounds, a lot of level design. Back then, everybody in Blizzard did absolutely everything. Oh no, not this again. For those of you that were watching the other day, I had one hell of a time with this particular double jumping here. So I'm going to try not to die 1,000 times because this guy will kill me. So I have to do quick jumping. So yeah, so I did all the layouts, did for every single level. When we get to the Sega one, which is, where did I put it? So here's the Sega version, which we will get to after we get through all the Super Nintendo ones, because Super Nintendo came first. There are, I believe it's 4 extra levels. I'm trying to remember if we used all 4, if we just did 2, but there's extra levels in the Sega one that I did all the layouts for, did a lot of design for, as well as did all the scripting for. So one of the things that we had done, that the programmers had done, is they wrote a scripting system for Super Nintendo, because as we talked about before, is most of the manuals that we had got from Nintendo were in Japanese, so they had to like translate those and try to figure them out. So they wrote a scripting system for the Super Nintendo for us so that we could do things. So Pat Wyatt was teaching me that so that I could do the levels for the Sega so that the other programmers could be freed up to work on other things. Now I'm going to try to do this double jump. I'm going to try not to die 1,000 times like I did last time. He is full. Okay, let's go. Come on. Ah, yes. Made it the first time. Ah, God, I'd love to drop the bomb on him. Oh, wait, no. Let's do this. We're going to... Bloop. Jump, Eric, jump. Okay, ha! We made it the first time. Yeah, we're definitely getting through this one faster than we did before. That tells you just how out of Super Nintendo playing shape I was in when we started on Monday. Well, it's coming back. It's coming back to me. Don't get me wrong. I was never really good at it in the first place. Not compared to the other guys. The other guys in the office, they were raised on the Nintendos and stuff like that. I was already old. We have made it to the exit. Boop, doop, boop, boop. Come on, get happy. If I bash one more wall right now, my head will explode. I got dibs on his helmet. Yeah, that's pretty much right. Okay, but I get his boots. It's great to have such good friends. Okay, so we covered the basics. Quick review of this is what I did. A great stream and evening. I have to leave for my pen and paper. Okay, cool. Have fun. Okay, now we're back where we ended last night. We are all caught up. Let's do this first. Let's take Eric. Take him over here. Bash this in. Oh. We did not get it. Okay, come on. Deep, deep, deep. Okay, I gotta remember that I gotta jump behind this guy. Ah. Ah. I am the jumping master. As I get eaten by... It would have been damn funny if I said I was a jumping master and then I jumped into the spinning teeth of death. Oh, wrong one. Okay, we gotta try to get both of these guys on one side. Oh no, let's do this. Baylog. Let's do a quick draw. Quick draw. Ha! Come over here. Come on, get happy. Okay, going down. Now we need Olaf first. Then Eric to get the key. Oop. Do. Oh, Luffy. Doop, boop, boop. Why is it? Okay. Boop. Back to Eric. I don't think this one's a... No. Is there one up there? Yes. Okay. I knew there was one somewhere around here. I didn't catch that the other day. Okay, here's where we messed up. And I remember now, I think I remember now how to get this one to go right. Because the levitation thing kind of threw me off last night because I'm like, oh, God, how the hell did we do this? How did we make this thing work? So first we bring Baylog over here. And then one of the things we can do, and this is always fun, is we're going to have to switch to Baylog, but we're going to fire an arrow and then follow the arrow. Ha! That was awesome. So now what we do is we bring Eric up. And give him the boots, and he puts the boots on. Now he can run all the way to the end. Ba 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. See, so now he made it all the way to the end. Now, when this guy turns his back, we can bam him. Ha! We can turn the little elevator, the little thing off. Oh, shit. Oh. Yeah, okay, let's eat that. Apparently I blew the bomb up there, so that's not good. Okay, Olaf. Well, look at that. Boop. I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. Come on, Balo. We got through it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Are you guys sure we want to go in there? Maybe it leads back home. There's only one way to find out. Let's go. Falling, falling into the house of... No, sorry. Sorry. If you've ever watched Sid and Marty Krofft stuff from the 70s, it will change your life. I suggest you go and look up the intro for a TV show called Lidsville. It will hurt you. So we have made it to prehistoric. That is awesome. So what I've learned is that the Retron 5's memory card thing can be kind of a pain, but now we have this, so we're all good. We're somewhere that can be done. Let's see, what does this say over here? Yes, YouTube stream is working. I'm actually quite happy about that. Let me see what's in here. Looks good. What was the inspiration for the characters? The characters, like I was saying yesterday, is for Lost Vikings. Originally, Lost Vikings was a cross between Lemmings and a game called King Arthur, which was just these little guys. So we had like 100 Vikings, and they were supposed to build things as you went across the level. So they would build bridges so you could cover things, but you had a bunch of different Vikings that did different things, and then it kept getting smaller to where it was like 10 Vikings, then 5, and then 3, and then it was I forget who came up with the idea of each of them having their own abilities, but that was a huge inspiration, a huge thing, and it really made the game, because you had to use all of them to get through a level. You weren't just like, okay, my one character has to go right to left or left to right until my head falls off. Sorry, I'm having trouble. Oh, I was wondering why my headphones weren't working, and I remember that when I was rewiring some stuff last night, I unplugged them. So now they're plugged back in. Yeah. But I need to turn this off. Okay, that's better. So I had to turn the volume off on the YouTube. What was it? Yeah, so I don't remember why, but I remember that it was one of the things that was good was you had to use 3 characters to get through everything. And I thought that was awesome. I don't remember any game before that needed that, or that had that in it. But it doesn't mean there wasn't any. It's just I don't remember them, because I know that a lot of games you had your pet and stuff like that way back when, but you didn't have much else. Let me see what's over here. Retro Console just wanted to pop and say hi. Big tough guy. Don't know what that's in regards to. I'm not tough. I'm nothing. You mooned us. No, I didn't. Olaf did. Olaf is just that way. Later on, when he's farting for propulsion, you'll probably be even more offended. So, sorry. Let's see what's over here in the... Okay, we got to do a catch up before we go. Is there a story behind Rest in Peace gravestones? Like I said, I don't remember who came up with the idea for the Rest in Peace gravestones. I think it's a great idea for when a monster dies. I thought it was pretty funny. More like Thor has become you, but you. Well, who knows? Yeah, Thor. I guess I did have effect on both of them. I do miss working heavily in the industry. Yeah, only thing I kind of miss is just exciting problem solving. Yeah, the problem solving in game development is most of the job. Is you have a vision for what you want, but in a lot of cases there's no solution for it, so you have to go figure it out yourself, and that's the most fun part of the job. I was talking yesterday about Tomator. Yes, Tomator was actually named by Jason when he was 5 years old, for the person that asked Tomator ? So, and that is the bad guy in this game. But yeah, problem solving is what you're going to do most of the time. I lost track of what I was saying, and I apologize. But we will get back on track. Like I said, I have it's only me here. So when I'm looking at the stream itself and the question on that. I'm looking at the YouTube stream over here, and I'm looking at the Discord to see what people are asking or thinking. And the game just timed out. We will get back to that. So I believe this is the floating level. Excuse me just a second. Still nursing a little bit of a cold. Okay. Since there doesn't seem... Wait, not Twitch? Huh? Twitch is not working? No, it's working. Huh? Don't scare me like that. How many monitors do I have? Okay. I have the main monitor that's in front of me is what are they called again? It's basically a 49-inch curved. It begins with an O. It's a G9. I love that monitor. Oh my god. The only problem with it is camera placement. So I have an arm that comes up and around and over that is doing with the camera. I tried to set, like yesterday, I had the camera on a stand in front of me, but it like took out the middle of the monitor. But this thing it's pretty wide. And then on the sides over here, on each side, I can show you one of them. There's a monitor on that side. Those are off right now, but those handle my other two computers. So the one on the left here handles my stock evaluation computer, which all it does, literally every day at 4:30 it runs and it evaluates stocks. This one over here is my, this computer over here does all my video compression and stuff like that, and so it does conversions, all kinds of things for that. Because I do have, like I said yesterday, I collect movies. I love movies, and I have movies from 1909 all the way up to now, and I put them on my Plex, and I watch them. I watch them all the time. But I still go by California law, is that anything I have on my Plex, I actually have the hard DVD for, because that's just so I can show, yes, I have it. My Plex is only for me, and my family. We're the only ones that watch it. I don't rent it out. I don't give it to people, or have anybody pay me to use it. So those are my main monitors, are these three, and these are two. The side ones are 32-inch curved monitors. The middle one is a 49-inch curved monitor, which is absolutely amazing. And then, so those are my monitors. And then I have my standard computer here, which is one that I built about 6 years ago. The computer that I'm using for this is a computer I just built, and all it does is this. It doesn't connect to anything else. It only does this. And only the stuff on it is only for this show. And I'm still kind of setting things up. So I still email isn't on it yet. There's a bunch of other things. Then the computer over here I built is for my the conversion program, or the conversion computer, which converts video and stuff like that. It is also my editing computer. That is the most advanced one I have. It has top of the line everything, and then the one for this is just literally a little G. I think it's a G3. It's just like one of those little itty bitty square ones, and that's my stock evaluation program or computer, and it just runs 24 hours a day, but uses very little power. Then I have for my NAS systems, I have 3 NAS systems because I just built a new one. NAS system number 1 is 50 terabytes. No, 25 terabytes, which is where my Plex is and all that kind of stuff. NAS system number 2, which is my main backup system, has 80 terabytes, and then the one I just built, which is a Synergy, is 74 terabytes, which is my new backup machine, where everything for all these computers are automatically backed up to. So that one just sits in the dark, and it's there to make sure I don't lose anything. So like if I change something on, like if I write something on this and I save it, it will automatically through the client back up to that program. So all my computers go to that Synergy drive. You're doing a fantastic job. I hope you see many years of joy from your joy. Okay, well, I'll do my best. You know, we're still just on the first game. We're gonna do rock and roll racing next, and there's some cool. There's a couple little cool Easter eggs in there. Not a whole bunch, but there's some in there. Let's see. Boop. Questions. Was there ever an idea, model, or scene? Oh yeah, we had lots of levels that got thrown away for everything. You know, not everything gets in. You know, only stuff that works gets in, and only things that are fun get in. That has always been the motto. But as I was saying before, it doesn't mean you throw those ideas that didn't get in away. You keep them. Keep everything. Like I was showing that, I think it's in the other room now. But I have a book. You go and get yourself a blank book. You know, and in that blank book, keep all your ideas. You know, anything you think of, just put it in the blank book. Write it down. Yeah, it must be on the counter in the other room. Oh wait, no, there it is. I threw it on the ground. No. So this is my blank book, and ideas that I have, I put in this book. And then I put it on the shelf, and I have probably about 8 or 9 of these books throughout the years that just sit on the shelf. But some of them are ideas that got into games. Some of them are not. It doesn't mean they're bad. It means that there's probably a better place for them. But always keep everything. Everything. And it's always fun to go back and look at. And date it. Put a date on the page. Or do you want... Are you planning on streaming, or do you... Well, Crazor, YouTube streaming is working right now. So the plan is to stream both to Twitch and YouTube. Today is the first day that YouTube is actually working. So we'll see if it continues to work and if it turns out fine. And there are actually people watching on there. Mr. Gooey. Hello, Mr. Gooey. And no, I didn't moon you. I already said that. Everything you collected over there. Well, the majority of my collection is in storage in California. But I can show you a couple of things. Like if we go back to the first room, let me turn off this stuff here. But if we look here, if you look in the back there, the green picture there in the back is the team and I with Matt and Trey on the last day that we were working on Make Love Not Warcraft. The pictures in the middle are pictures of they called him Leroy Jenkins, but I call him He Who Has No Life, and me because Trey thought it would be funny that to make me that guy. So I became a cartoon character. The three gray guys in the middle that are standing there, those are the different versions of me that actually do show up in South Park quite often. They are in there. So I am a resident of South Park. The multicolored pages with the bottle of champagne there, those are actually the real scripts from the Make Love Not Warcraft that Trey gave me at the end of the shoot. And then the white one in the middle is signed by him and Matt. Also on the right of the champagne bottle in that setup is the 10-year anniversary or the 10th year anniversary DVD, because that's the season we're in. And then the little white square is a note from Matt and Trey when we were nominated for the Emmy. Underneath that are all of my statues from all the different games. The majority of them are in storage. Some of them are with me. So if we look behind me here, go to just me. We have my 20-year helm is here. My all the different things in the back. Let's see. Let me get me out of the way. So we have my Orcon Wolfback, which is when we put the bronze statue in the middle of the quad at Blizzard. Everybody that worked at the company at that time got a duplicate of it. And I still keep that with me. I have my Jim Raynor. So I got my fully posable Jim Raynor. He's awesome. I don't know how many of these are out there, but this one's mine. Mine. See? Oh, look at his little face. Yeah. So I have my Eric Cartman back there. See, so that was when we were at South Park. They gave us a bunch of stuff, and I took the Eric Cartman because I liked it. Behind me is the first Nintendo Power magazine two-page spread of Lost Vikings when it came out. This is the license plate from my old 1966 AC Cobra that I had in California, and I owned it for 20 years. This is Warcraft 2, signed by everybody who developed it from way back when. I've had it since then. Same thing with StarCraft. I think this is the only thing that has every single signature from everybody that worked on it. Then this is actually kind of cool. Let me pull this off the wall for a second. If I can. I mean, oh wait, no, I can't. It's done with stickums. It's not a hook thing. But this picture here is the top one is the original 12 of us back in 1990. I think it was 2 or 3. And then this was a picture of the 100 of us when StarCraft shipped. So that one's pretty cool. This one here is an original oil painting by Gerald Brom, who, if most of you know who he is, if you've played D&D and stuff like that, he's basically the one that did most of the artwork for the old D&D stuff. And if you look up Gerald Brom, or just Brom, B-R-O-M, you'll recognize most of his work. But he was doing paintings for Diablo. So he was doing Diablo artwork. And he had decided to put out a book of all of his artwork, which he had never done before. And he had a Kickstarter for it. So I kicked in on the Kickstarter, and in return, he drew me as a zombie, or painted me as a zombie and gave it to me. And I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, and then this obviously is Warcraft 3. And then down there on the ground, over this shoulder, that's my 10-year 10-year shield, 20-year helm, 15-year ring, 2-year Stein, and then my 5-year sword is still wrapped up because moving back and forth from the UK, I broke it. So there's not much I can do about it. But the original swords were pretty flimsy in the first place. I remember when we first got them, and Mike held his up, and he line, and the handle broke off. But that's before they actually became real Blizzard swords. So like the ones that they give now for 5 years actually have Blizzard engraved in them and all that stuff. We didn't have those back when I was a kid. So there's a lot of stuff. And then the little picture here is just a little RuneScape thing, because I went. That's what I was doing in the UK. And then Diablo up in the corner here, and then my Emmy down here behind the microphone. And just stuff. But yeah, I have a lot of really cool stuff from years ago. And one of the ones that I like more than anything else is way back when we did this game here. Where's it at? This one. When we did Death and Return of Superman, we got little Superman pens, which was just the little S-Shield Superman pens. I love that thing. But I don't, it's in stores somewhere. Do I also collect non-Blizzard related things? I collect movies. I collect movies and TV shows. Like I said earlier, I have a Plex system, and on that Plex system, I have over 4,500 movies, and then I also have almost 500 complete TV show series. Is that a word? TV show series. And it ranges from everything from literally the Phil Silvers show back in the 60s all the way up to House of Dragons, or the available House of Dragons. But I'm always looking for shows I don't have. I'm always on the lookout. I have a Amazon loves me because at least once a month I'll order shows I don't have, and they love delivering them to me. Right now, I'm kind of taking a break from it because I have most everything. So there's still things to do. Because of COVID, I'm still missing things from 2020 and up. I'm very light on that. Because what I do is, and this is just silly, and I can't show you right now because it's not set up, but on my Plex system, I wrote a piece of Python code that what it does is it looks at all my TV shows on the Plex system, and it says, okay, which episodes, it picks one episode from each TV show, and it says, okay, which episodes are from the 60s and before? And then it makes me a playlist of all those for Monday. And that's 60s or the Monday. On Tuesday, it's the 70s. On Wednesday, it's the 80s, on et cetera, et cetera. So, and then on Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. So every day is a different decade. And since I've lived in all of them, I'm like, okay. So I'll go back, and like on Mondays, I'll watch like the Lucille Ball show. I'll watch Dick Van Dyke show. I'll watch, all those old like shows that your grandma used to watch, because I watched them too. And then on Saturdays, which is the 2020 and up, sadly, I only have three or four shows in there. Like I have Wednesday, which I actually liked the first episode of Wednesday, but in my opinion, all the kids were great, but I think they could have done better on Gomez and his wife. I have Staged. If you haven't watched Staged with David Tennant and Michael Sheehan, watch it. It is absolutely hilarious. And the first episodes really hit home to me because they were talking about credits and what the order of credits are. And I remember even back in the days of our Super Nintendo games, arguments over credits were the most passionate arguments ever. So their discussion about credits just so reminded me of the credits in all of our games. Now, Blizzard, I think, is really good because because of everything that happened early, we will put everybody in the credits. Everybody gets at least one credit. And when I mean everybody, I mean cats, dogs, people's pets, the The guy that fills the Coke machine, you know, everybody gets in on Blizzard credits. And if you look at any WoW credits, you'll see that they just go on forever. Yes, I have the Illusionist. Um, but yeah, so staged House of Dragons. House of Dragons, it's all right. I mean, the girl that played the princess in the first few episodes, she does a show in Australia with Tim Minchin. If you don't know who Tim Minchin is, please look him up. He's extremely funny, writes really good, funny songs. But they have a show called Upright in Australia, a TV show, and it's really, really good. Yes, Breaking Bad. Bad. Of course, I have Breaking Bad. Why would you not have Breaking Bad? But my memory of Breaking Bad is we were watching Breaking Bad while we were doing a bunch of cosplay back in California while it was out because it was always playing in the background when we were building costumes and stuff like that. Um, let's see. So yeah, so that, but movies and TV shows are what I collect more than anything else. And it's also really good because they fit in a nice little box, kind of. In my garage is literally these big black cases that hold 1,000 DVDs each. That just there's many of them stacked on top of each other out there, and they hold my DVDs, and I still have like a small stack of back here behind me that need to be put in there. Because if you kept all the cases and all that stuff for all of them, it would drive you nuts. It would take up a whole room. But you put them in a 1,000 box, 1,000 holder box. Boop doop boop. Okay, let's see what's over here. Who are some of your favorite directors? You know, it's funny because I think one of the best directed movies ever was actually directed by Steven Spielberg before he was famous. And it's a movie called The Duel with Dennis Weaver. Um, I really, really, that movie really like affected me when I was a kid because I saw it on like the Late Show. And if you lived in, I don't know, I know they had it in LA because that's where I was at. But if you lived in the 70s, you'd have the Late Show, relax, enjoy a snack, and watch the Late Show. Channel 2 is proud to bring the greatest of stars here on the Great Late Show. So, but it was at midnight. And so I would sneak downstairs and watch movies at midnight. And so that's where I saw The Duel. But I also saw like a lot of Xanax stuff, a lot of those kind of things. But as far as like directors now, I don't know. I don't know who would stand out. You know, interesting. Yes, I have multiple Christmas Carol versions, including Scrooged with Bill Murray, and the one from 1930. I also have the Miracle on 34th Street, 4 different versions. Um, yeah, because the one, if I think it's 1935, Natalie Wood is the little girl, which I always thought good. But my favorite Natalie Wood movie, I think, is Brainstorm. Yeah, that was a good movie. And that was a movie. She died while making that movie, but it was a trippy movie. And if you've never seen Altered States, go watch Altered States. That's a fun movie. But we could do a show sometime where I just pull up my Plex on this system, which I have to hook up so I can pull up the Plex on this system and just literally scroll through the movies, and I can talk about them. We can do that sometime. The Man from Earth, yes. And there's also The Man from Earth. If it's the one I think you're talking about, is the one with David Bowie. Is that the one you're talking about? Because there's the original Thing from Another Planet, which was remade into The Thing with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. But The Thing from Another Planet, the monster in The Thing from Another Planet, was actually the guy that played Sheriff Dillon in Gunsmoke, which I always thought was hilarious. I miss Bill Hurt. Yeah, Bill Hurt was awesome. In Altered States, he was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I also miss God, what is his name again? John Hurt, who was the one that the alien came out of his chest in Alien, in the first Alien. He was great, and his voice was awesome. And, yeah, you got to have them both, Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. In fact, the first Happy Days episode I got was the one where Mork was introduced before Mork and Mindy, and then I went and got the rest of the series after that. But yeah, you have to have Laverne and Shirley. You have to have the spin-offs as well from some of these shows, and you have to watch them based on date released order because some of them go back and forth in the storylines. So I don't remember that one. I don't remember the Man from Earth. I'll have to look. I will look for it. Let me add it to my list because there was a Greek movie called The Next One, which I've been looking for a while. That uh, and the idea behind that one was a guy like appears, and I think it's got no, a guy appears on a God, what is it? An Italian island or something like that, a foreign island, just washes up on shore, looking for his brother, and it was a trippy movie. But I've been trying to find it. But I also like it. Also reminds me of the movie The Other, which if you haven't seen that horror movie from the '70s, that one was pretty trippy too. I have seen The Other. Yeah, it's not the one with Tom Cruise's ex-wife. The other from 1970s of the twin boys. That one was the other that I'm thinking about. Some horror movies are good, but I like, well, yeah, no, not the one with Nicole Kidman, because there is one called The Others with Nicole Kidman, but the other is, yeah, movies can give you nightmares. Where are we at over here? Yeah, so I don't think I can. No, I don't have it set up to be able to show that screen. Yeah, I'll do a setup either tonight or this weekend that will allow me to pull up my Plex system and we can go through and talk about some movies that are in that. Do you like anime? Yes, I have a lot. I have a lot. In fact, my favorite anime is a series of an animated series of the Death Note, which I really really like that animated series. But I also has all the Studio Ghibli stuff and all that because it's just really good stuff. And for those that don't know, and I'm finding out about this lately, is probably one of the best animes for me that I like is Akira. If you haven't seen Akira, and I'm finding out now that some people have never even heard of Akira, you really need to go watch Akira. Boop, 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 boop. So Akira is amazing, really, really good work. It says what? Uh-oh, I got a note. What's that note? What the hell was that? I think that was something else. I don't think that had anything to do with me. Oh no, it did. Okay. Let me write something here real quick. I have to reply back to something. So I got a note. Okay. I will have to look at that afterwards. Check out the limited series called Ego Proxy. Okay, I'll look at Ego Proxy. Another one I like is, God, what is it called? Ghost Stories. And it's the English version is it's everything's wrong with it because they had completely rewritten the script and made it very non-PC, but it was funny. So if you haven't seen the US version of Ghost Stories, so Ghost Stories was just the English dub is very funny. You know, I'm sure it probably offends a lot of people, but okay, we got an hour to go. Let's see. Check out the series. Yeah, I'll look at that series. Um, yes, Ghost Stories is crazy stupid. And it is that. It literally is stream of consciousness humor. My understanding, and I could be wrong, was that when it wasn't popular in in Asia, so when they sent it to the US, they said you can rewrite it into anything you want, and they did. Have you ever heard of anime called Full Metal Panic? No, I have not. It is a hoot. Think of Gungam Pilot as. Okay, I'll look up that one. Full. See, taking notes. Yep, there you go. Fun. Actually, English dubs. The first one was made because it was American and some. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the full story. I just heard secondhand or third hand in regards to Ghost Stories and how it got made. But the writing on it was you're going to do a lot of. Did they really just say what I thought they said? And yes, they did. So Full Metal Alchemist, that's one that I think that one of the guys at yeah someone had mentioned that before. So put that in the book. Uh, you should look back in. It's a '70s mini. Okay, cool. Demon Slayer. That's crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of movies out there that I still need. A lot of TV shows, a lot of series, a lot of anime stuff like that that I don't have, but I always buy them and always put them on my system and always watch all of them. You know, so yay! In fact, let me see if I can pull. I think I do have access to. Oh, here it is. On the main storage, backups, and that would come from. Actually, no, it wouldn't be in that one. It would be in this one. In there. And TV shows. Survey says I can get to it. So, like when I was saying in regards to my movie lists, like my TV show list for Monday through Friday. So, God, give me a preview, baby. Show me the previews. View previews. Preview. Okay. So, like Mondays, we have Magilla Gorilla, which is a cartoon. I don't know if you guys know who the Magilla Gorilla show. We have I Love Lucy, I Dream of Jeannie, McHale's Navy, Bewitched, Gilligan's Island, Man from Uncle, Get Smart, Time Tunnel, Batman, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, The Twilight Zone, Monty Python's Flying Circus, the Up series, Land of the Giants, Danger Man, Dick Van Dyke Show, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, The Munsters, The Avengers, Phil Silvers, Adam's Family, The Saint, F Troop, Outer Limits, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, Hogan's Heroes, Adventures of Superman, and My Favorite Martian. That is my Monday schedule. And that's the playlist that it creates. And that's from 1900 to 1969. So if we go to Tuesdays, it's Ellery Queen, The Muppet Show, The Professionals, Kolchak the Night Stalker, which was one of my favorite shows as a kid, Doctor Who, of course, Black Sheep Squadron, Mork and Mindy, Monty Python's Flitzgod Zeeks, Wonder Woman, Kung Fu, Taxi, $6 Million Man, Space, 1999, Happy Days, MASH, Night Gallery, In Search of, which was Leonard Nimoy. It's funny because I just got that because I just found it, and watching them just makes me laugh because they're just absolutely ridiculous at this point. The Six Wives of Henry VIII, Tales of the Unexpected, Barney Miller, WKRP, Battlestar Galactica, Schoolhouse Rock. If you haven't watched Schoolhouse Rock, you should. The Bionic Woman, UFO, which actually has Cumberbatch's mom is actually in it. She's pretty hot. The Bob Hope Show, or the Bob Newhart Show, Buck Rogers in the 20th Century, The Incredible Hulk, The Odd Couple, The Smith Family, The Magician. That's the Bill Bixby one. Welcome Back, Carter. Rumpel and Bailey, which is a UK show. Kojak, Soap, and The Partridge Family. So that's what Tuesdays are. Am I in the Ministry of Silly Walks? No, but I do have that episode. It's all because it's the full 11 or 12 seasons, so I have all of them. So there is both Blake and Potter. And then Wednesdays are the 80s. So we have the Greatest American Hero, Fraggle Rock, Alf, Quantum Leap, Family Ties, Twilight Zone, 1985 version, Tales from the Crypt, Newhart, Bosom Buddies, Married with Children, Star Trek The Next Generation, Amazing Stories, Cheers, Ulysses, which was a cartoon that was given to me by my roommate in the UK, and it just drives me nuts. Kids in the Hall, MacGyver, and Red Dwarf. Now, you may have noticed that in the 60s, Star Trek wasn't in that. It's because I've already played through the full 3 seasons of Star Trek, the original Star Trek, which premiered on my 5th birthday. So that was the first episode of any Star Trek premiered on my 5th birthday. I always thought that was fun. Okay, let's see. We are now at the 90s. So in the 90s, we have Grace Under Fire, absolutely fabulous. The new Batman Adventures, because Mark Hamill is the Joker. News Radio, Just Shoot Me, Northern Exposure, Farscape, Batman, the Animated Series, Sharp, Third Rock from the Sun, Stargate SG-1, The 70s Show, Wings, Futurama, Lex, Dinosaurs, Friends, Will and Grace, Becker, Cowboy Bebop, Family Guy, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Babylon 5, Frasier, Spaced, Spawn, which is Todd McFarlane's Spawn, Everybody Loves Raymond, South Park, Twin Peaks, Pinky and the Brain, The X-Files, Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Outer Limits, Star Trek Voyager, Home Improvement, Highlander the Raven, Highlander the series, Erie, Indiana, Forever Night, and Sliders. The reason I have Forever Night, which was this really weird, like detective vampire show, is I forget which season it starts in because I only just got it recently and I haven't got to the further seasons, but they mention Warcraft in it a lot, and that always made me laugh. Someone asked my favorite musical movie, and my favorite musical movie is really odd. It's an old movie, and it's called How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying, and that is my favorite musical movie. Then you can add things like Rocky Horror Picture Show and all the others. But I do watch musicals quite a bit. I do watch quite a few of them because I watch everything. Let's see, Forever Night and Sliders. Yeah. So then when we get to the 2000s to 2009, Monk, 30 Rock, Death Note, The Blue Planet, Peep Show. Peep Show's really good. Merlin, NCIS, Lost, Heroes, Sarah Jane Adventures, which is a spinoff of Doctor Who. Dexter, of course, must watch Dexter. Arrested Development, Lie to Me, Psych, Titus, Chuck, Stargate Atlantis, Breaking Bad, Veronica Mars, Smallville, the It Crowd, the UK version, not the US version. The US version sucked. Flight of the Conchords, must watch. Torchwood, Eureka, Adventure Time, Entourage, Twilight Zone 2002 version, Supernatural, obviously. Numbers, Battlestar Galactica 2003, Star Trek Enterprise. Good show, terrible music. Big Fat Quiz, which is a UK thing. Carnival, Andromeda, Two and a Half Men, Terminator, The Sarah Connor Chronicles, Fringe, Being Human, which is the UK version. I didn't like the US version. It was too watered down. Dead Zone, Scrubs, The Ellen Show, House, Doctor Who 2005 and above, which was the Eccleston and beyond. The other ones were like Tom Baker and stuff like that. Sanctuary, How I Met Your Mother, True Blood, Medium, Stargate Universe, The Mighty Boosh, and Warehouse 13. And we might as well just do the rest because we only got 2 more. Now, for 2010 to 2019, I have The Librarians, Stranger Things, Gotham, Killing Eve, which I really like Killing Eve, Silicon Valley, Utopia, sorry, The Flash, Timeless, Masters of Sex, Scorpion, Lucifer, Falling Skies, Once Upon a Time, American Horror Story, Vikings, Succession, Sleepy Hollow, The Good Place, American Gods, Dark Matter, The Magician, What We Do in the Shadows, which was something I just learned about. I mean, I saw the movie. There was a movie in 2014, but the TV show is really, really good. Haven, Key and Peele, Humans, Elementary, Wilfred, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Peaky Blinders, Two Broke Girls, Mr. Robot, Supergirl, 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, Person of Interest, The Big Bang Theory, Bluey. If you don't watch Bluey, you're just not there. Bluey is a great cartoon. iZombie, Lost Girl, Orphan Black, Upright, Mandalorian, Game of Thrones. And then for 2000, we're kind of short on 2000s, or 2020 and above. So I have Picard and House of Dragons and Staged on there now, but I have to get with the 2020s and above. Now, these lists right now, this is just the list that I just created on the 22nd. It doesn't count ones I've already watched, so I have many more series, but I've already completed those series. So I go quite a while without doing any repeats. So it's actually kind of cool. Says I like, but I haven't seen how iZombie ended yet, so I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but I like the characters. I like the way I like what they're doing with them. The one guy that is the main guy that is the bad guy. He's always the bad guy in every show that he's in. So that always makes me laugh. But as far going back to the question about the musical movies, yeah, I have a lot of favorite movies. A lot of stuff that Carrie Fisher's mom did, Debbie Reynolds. She did a lot of musicals and dance stuff and things like that. I like them. But I I don't see a lot of musicals anymore. I don't. Maybe I'm just missing it. I think there was La La Land, things like that. But my favorite stuff is stuff that actually makes you kind of think hard. But don't get me wrong. As you can tell from my TV show list, I'm full of stupid stuff too. You got to watch stupid shows. because then you know just how smart you is. But yeah, so but I have a lot of programs and stuff like that that help me set up so that the Plex gets all the metadata and stuff like that for the movie, so that when you're looking at it, it's working. But that's to answer a very long answer to the question: do you collect anything? Yes, I do. I collect movies and TV shows. Post the full list of what the shows are in Discord. I could do that, but there's no way I'm giving a link to my actual Plex system to anybody, because that there's some legalities there that I'm just not going to play with. The watch list of the day, that could be interesting. But the question is I would have to create a watch list that I know people would have access to, and that may be difficult. But the watch list of the day, that could be interesting, because the if we were going to do that, then what I would say is I think that in unfortunately some people don't like horror movies, but going back and watching Kurt Russell's The Thing would be really good. That's a that movie will freak you out. But if you also, since what we'll do is we'll try to theme it. So if we go like Kurt Russell Day, Kurt Russell's The Thing against Big Trouble in Little China. That way you have a humor one and you have a horror one. Huh. And then if you really wanted to go back, you can go Kurt Russell in The Computer That Wore Tennis Shoes, when he used to do the old Walt Disney movies. And then you can go to the bridge one, which is the the superhero high school one. Ah, yeah, it got me thinking about movies. The thing is, it amazing? Yes, it is. Creepy as hell. But yeah. But if you offset that with Big Trouble from Little China, that's pretty cool. You know. And then if you just want to get all adventure on it, you can go Escape from New York. Not necessarily Escape from LA, but Escape from New York. Yes, I would definitely say that. And then if you want to get to really bad movies, not with Kurt Russell, but just bad movies, Doomsday. Because Doomsday made no sense whatsoever. You know, that one just they lost me when they went to in Doomsday. They've walled off this thing, and they say all the people are starving inside this area, this huge area, and that they've turned into cannibals. But when they send the people in to go and to go save them or whatever, I don't even remember what the plot was. The first thing they run into when they get in there is a herd of cows, and that made no sense to me. If you're starving to death, why aren't you eating the cows? There seem to be a lot of cows. Yes, it's a good bad movie, but I don't understand some of it. You know, it's like oh god, what was the one? Uh, Iron Eagle. Is that what it was called? Iron Eagle. If it's the one I'm thinking about, let's go to IMDb here. No, because there was was it Iron Eagle? No, that's not what it was. No, no, no. So there was this movie, and I'll remember it's something Eagle, but it's about a guy whose sister gets kidnapped. He spends the whole rest of the movie trying to go save his sister, but it makes no sense whatsoever. I have a joke about Iron Eagle. That's probably why it's in my head. Because I have a belief that if you think about like the prophets of the Old Testament, right? And let's just mark as read that they could see into the future. Okay? So they saw into the future. Would they know the difference between reality and a movie? Because I'd hate to find out that they called the end of the earth, end of the world, simply because they got a really bad version of Iron Eagle 2. You know? because they would have no concept what a movie is. Where are we at here? Mm-hmm. Boop, 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 boop. That shirt I expect from your joy. Well, okay, good. Glad you expect it. If you want, I actually do have crayons. I could set up a little easel and you can draw. Good evening, folks. Just saw he. Okay, we have 44 minutes left. What other things would you like me to babble about? I'm kidding. Maybe addition the shirt of the day with watch of the day. Yeah, okay. I will add that to my list of things because I do have a movie list. Is I put together a list a while back of, and I'd done this for my boys when they were little too. Is movies you have to watch before high school was what I called it for them. Um, I'll just say movie of the day. That's what we'll call it. Movie of the day. Yeah. So one of the one of my pride moments when Jason or Thor was in high school was that he had come to me one day and he goes, "Dad, I was in a conversation with a bunch of people, and every single movie that they talked about, I knew about. It was so awesome." I go, "Yeah, because I trained you well." I think just go through what you are going. Did you watch each day? I was thinking of every stream, just going through what you are going to did watch every each day. Well, so I mean, I could talk about the shows that I watch every day, but I think you'd actually get bored of them because the majority of the shows that I watch, nobody's seen. So, like, if we look at just like Mondays, where we're in the 60s, um, most of the shows, most people on this stream probably have never seen. So if you go back to the 60s list, so yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not phasing out what it is as my questions are catching my eye, and I apologize. So, like I said, I'm here alone doing my thing. So, let's see. What is this? Joey Ray. Okay, first off, thank you very much for your comments. It says, first off, you are a legend. I'm not. I'm just a person who does things. Second, thanks for creating Thor. It was fun at the time. Um, you are elder Thor. No. Excited to see your streaming journey and all the content you're creating. Okay. Thank you for coming in and thank you for watching and thank you for the kind words. I'm going to say one thing. You spelled my name wrong. Joey Ray is one word. It's Joeyray, little r. Redneck parents, not my fault. So I was very, very lucky that they didn't name me Billy Ray Joe Bob or something like that. But we got with Joey Ray. So it is spelled as one word with only the J capitalized. But thank you, Kiev. Is it Kiev 5? And thank you for joining. First time joining. Uh-huh. Do. It was fun. Another thing I would say go back and watch is Black Hole by Disney. That movie was pretty good. It's very Disney, so don't get me wrong, and it's basically 20,000 Leagues in Space, but it was ahead of its time for the moment. You have a lot of stuff in your room. Is there a particular thing that's your favorite? I think my favorite is my 20-year crown, in all honesty, of the stuff in the room. 20-year crown, then my license plate for my Cobra, and well, no, see, now that I'm looking, it would have to be my 20-year crown, my Brahm painting back here, and then my license plate for my car, for my old car. That would be the things. The 20-year crown, because that 20 years at Blizzard was absolutely amazing, and it was the best part of the most creative time of my life. And the people I worked with were amazing and stuff like that. And that first 20 years was just absolutely incredible, and I really, really like it. Okay, the movie where you play a board game and it's on TV as well. There is a God. It's called. I had never heard of it until I was in the UK, because my roommates had brought this game out, and it had a bunch of like plates where you would lay them out on the table as you were adventuring in, but it also had a TV component where the story that you're playing would be played out on the TV while you're playing the board game. And it was really cool. And there was like a whole bunch of them that you could do. But I really liked that game. That was fun. It was something like not Maniac Mansion, but something Mansion, something I forget. It'll come to me later, or someone will tell me. Zathura. That was directed by God, what is his name? That was an odd movie. It was not Zathura. Zathura. But the category probably needs to be changed so Twitch doesn't ding you. Well, I don't know what that means. I will have to look. Oh, so, but what I can do, I can go back to what the category is. I think the category is playing Lost Vikings. So look, we're playing Lost Vikings. I don't know what Night Trap. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I don't know all of the Twitch rules yet. So if I screw them up, sorry, or if I get thrown out or whatever, just know I will be back, but I will learn from the experience as to what I did wrong. And woohoo, we're back to Vikings. Okay, we'll go ahead and play this level. We have like 30 minutes to get through it. Hello, guys. That was intense. Yeah, what a ride. I think I'm going to be sick. That's pretty normal. Let's get Olaf first. If I remember correctly. Okay. Okay, he needs to. Yeah, we need to take him up here. Doop, 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 doop. Sorry, I got babbling, and we're now back to doop, doop. We're now back to playing. Eric, get the key. Yes, sir. Eric drowned. Shit. Oh, that was funny. Oh, what does that constitute a ban from forgetting? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the complete rules of Twitch yet. Give up. Yes. Let's bring Eric back. Thor, bring back Eric. Thank you. Thor has the power to return Eric to us. Okay. I forget. Let's figure out what the trick is here too. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Give up, yes. Thor, once again, can we have Eric back? Thank you. I'm thinking I probably have to go from the other side, if I remember correctly. It's been, like I said, it's been many, many years since I made this thing. Doop, doop, doop. Yeah, I think it's a bash it from the other side. I think it's the trick. Oop. You can't hit me, I can hit you. You dead. I'm alive. What you gonna do? Huh. Ah! Oh, run away! Yeah, we're gonna need some food for Olaf. Huh. I don't quite remember these levels. I'm pretty sure, though, that it's a way to go from this side, not that side. Up, let's get up, get up, get up. It's not. I have to go back. Okay, let's get up here. How do I get back in that one? Pretty sure there's a trick. I just don't remember what it was. It's too far for... Oh, damn. Good old Lost Vikings. Boop. Can't get out of the way. I'm pretty much messing up this level because I don't remember how to get that key. So he can't jump because if he jumps... This one, I believe, is him going upward. Oop, no, no. Ah, okay. So we need to come back here. In the wrong spot. Okay, we have the yellow key. Okay, we need to go back. At least Eric does. Let's see if Eric goes back. And was it that you would jump up? Oh, no, because I can't take him back. Okay, well, more than likely Eric's going to die here again. How do I get him to jump there without hitting his head and drowning? Ah, okay, got it. And he's full. And I can't get anybody up. Okay. That's a bug that we never caught. Eric's inventory is full. However, he can't hand anything off to anybody, I don't think, because they're not close enough. Yeah, they're not close enough. I can't get them close enough because they've already jumped down into this hole and neither one of them can jump up or climb. So, look who's stupid now. Yeah, me. I'm the one that did it wrong. I screwed it up. I left them to die. I'm going to have to restart this level. Misspell. No worries on the name misspelling. It was just funny. I don't hold that against anybody. It just cracks me up. Okay. So we need to restart this level. Give up, yes. Because I jumped wrong in the first place. So now I will jump right. Come on, Eric. We're going to do this first. We got to get that. We're going to jump into that. We're going to get the super bomb. We're going to jump back out. We're going to jump back across. Okay. Now we can bring everybody down. Come on. Get up here. Block them. Get some block 'em sock'ems. Yep. It's got to be low enough. Bink. Bink. Oh, that's right. His shell protects him. Is he high enough? Yep. Cool. Dude. Oop. Another one. This is the one that beat up on Olaf last time. Oh, damn. Ah. So we need to give Olaf some food. Oop-a-doop. Let's grab this piece of food over here. Let's jump back over and give that piece of food to Olaf. And then Olaf can eat it. And we're good. Okay, bring Olaf down. He needs to come down here and block. So we'll open that up here in a second. That also frees up space so he can get the yellow key. There's nowhere to go that way. They'll come back this way. We'll bring Balog down. Okay, now we're back. Well, we're back where we're going. Yes, we're dumb. I keep jumping ahead. It is so funny. I think that's, like I said, I used to drive Alan crazy because I would. You're not playing it right. No, I'm not. Sorry. Come on. Why am I not? I guess I gotta move a little bit more over this way. I am jumping. I am in the spot. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I need to go this way a little bit. Nope. Okay. Now we got it. Now we got it. Okay. We're going to give this shield to Balog. Give that to Balog. Okay. We should be all good now. Okay. Olaf, on your way. Come down to the second row here. Is the snail going to walk off? What's he going to do? Yeah. It's funny because on these ones, I really liked this map and the colors of it and stuff like that. It was just like really appealing to me. Now, when we get to the bubble crossing one, that one's difficult. That one is that one's a tough one because you got to get everybody across, and they all have to be able to get in the bubbles. And it's real easy with Eric because, of course, Eric can jump, but the others can't. So they have to like walk off onto the bubbles just the right way at just the right time, just the right speed. So it's fun. Let's come down here. Another piece of food which we can give to Olaf. Give me that. We'll get everybody charged up. How about that? Olaf gets that. Try not to throw it away. Okay, Olaf is full, which is good. Come up here to yellow door. It took me a minute to remember how to function the inventories and stuff like that. It's been a while. Okay, we need Balog. trick here is you have to get past that button in order to shoot this button. Okay. Oh, that's the exit. I didn't realize the exit was that close. We made it. We only died a couple times. Thor only had to bring us back in the last second. Okay, so that is the first. It's nice to be outside again. Those blue lizards were kind of cute. Yeah, when they weren't trying to eat us. Off we go to the next one. Boop, boop, boop. Ah, in the caves. Welcome to the caves. The password is float. Or flot. I before E, except after wee. Okay. Let's get it for Olaf. Here we go. Coming up, up. I believe there's a caveman up here, if I remember correctly. Come all the way up here. Yeah, the cavemans are on this level. So this is a good trick when you're playing this game, is you can put your guy there and you can kind of see what's going on. So you know that these guys need to go through the door. But there's a whole bunch of shelves. So he's probably we're gonna float him down, it looks like. But we can take Eric first and grab all this stuff here. So we can grab this tomato and stuff. And this radish. Because apparently Vikings likes tomatoes and radishes. But I believe this is the Olaf floats down and has to grab the blue key to open this up so these guys can get in. Yeah, so we put up his thing. He's a flying machine. And now he's dead because I screwed up. I got greedy for a steak. I don't think he can run off quickly enough to get... Nope. So we have to avoid the steak and let Eric go up after it later. Thor, would you mind bringing Olaf back for us? Thank you. So let's try this again. Let's start simple. Olaf goes up, Olaf comes down. And hopefully we'll be able to see where the key is and see if he can get to it. Or if we have to do some snazzy stuff. Okay, we can go to that shelf. Okay, now we can step off here. There's the key. All right, we did it. We're amazing. Did I mention we're amazing? We did that. Right there. Okay, so that brings it, but we still need Eric to go up here. We need him to get this guy. We need him to get this guy. We need him not to die. We need him to now eat that guy so that he can get this guy. And then we'll have another guy get that guy. And here we go. Now I'm trying to remember if jumping him over there is a good idea or not. Let's do this. Let's move Olaf over here so we can get a good look at if he jumps. Can he? No, because he'll die. Yeah, he'll lose a point. Oh, we're not going to do that. Oops. Let's do this. We're going to draw this guy over here. He's stuck in some weird loop. Okay, Balog. Be ready to fight. Okay, got him. He got caught on something. He got caught. He was done caught. We're going to go ahead and bring Eric back down here. We're not going to worry too much about the steak. Hopefully we won't need it. So the steaks are worth two health points, and little food is worth 1. So I think we're fine. We'll play this one for a little while longer. Hopefully we'll be able to get through this level. And There's the caveman. Rolling cavemans. Who only get hurt if you hit them while they're not caveman rolling. Come on. Okay. Forgot about that. Okay, somewhere is a key. Come on, Eric. Let's see if it's in here. Yep. Olaf, come on back. Okay, I need to learn the etiquette for the categories. And I need to figure out what categories I should put my streams in, because I don't know. We'll see what we end up with here. Okay, he's got we got that. Got that. I think Eric can come up here and jump up this way. Can he? Yeah, there's a secret. What was the secret? Oh, it's a shortcut. Eric needs a shortcut. Wow, forgot about that one. That is a shortcut only Eric can do. Well, that's kind of cool. Blip. And turn. And blip. And down. Well, luckily, Olaf has the key. It'd be funny if Eric had the key, because then I'd have to bring him all the way back. Bloop. Bloop. Belog, come along. Just get him to the right. Yeah, everybody keeps moving right until we move left. You go back over there. Aha. Log, come on up. Son, I need your help. Okay, roly-poly man. Oh, he's behind a door. Okay, we're all good. Where's the yellow key? Eric, you need to find the yellow key. Where did I see? I missed the yellow key somewhere. It's not in the inventory. Wait a minute. Is this can be? No. I'm trying to remember if I have to use the fire arrow on the door instead of a key. So I just don't remember. So let's do some pan arounds. Ah, there's the yellow key. All right, we need to come back down. Come on, Eric. It's one of those jump high, jump highs. Get on Eric's back and jump high. Or get Eric on Olaf's back and jump high. Woot! Luckily we're behind the door. So Eric. Well, that's right, there's no double jumps. Let's do this. Okay. Got it. We got the key. We got the key. We can bring everybody up now. And then we can die. Bring Olaf down so he can block because there is a caveman. Back to Eric, who needs to eat the food that he has. Eat that food. Okay, open the door. Door is open. Olaf is in place. Doot, 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 doot. Caveman, coming. Belog, come forth. Leave enough room for him to knock Olaf back, because he will. Okay. Good, good, good. Got a shield. Up here. What's on the next little level here? Okay, Olaf, you're the guard. Get up there and find out. Let's find out. Is it the exit? I don't think we're at the exit yet. No. We got snails to deal with. It was snails, Roxanne. Snails. Okay, up. Sorry, let me go over here. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting distracted actually playing. Just saw your stream now. I just been thrilled. Okay. Nothing ends with a question mark, so I can continue going. Okay. So we need to get them both on the same side, and there we go. They're both on the same side. Balog, come help your brother. Come on, stop rolling. Okay. Caveman down. Ah, we're at the exit. Come along. Come along, Eric. We have reached the exit of yet another fine level. Brought to you by Silicon and Synapse. We aim to please, so please aim. Exit, Eric. Come along. Balog. Who are those weird looking guys? I don't know, but did you check out their hairdos? And people say we need haircuts. Vikings never need haircuts. Okay, let's write down the code for today's. It's TRs, it's trees. Code for today, TRSS, trees. Because I took the memory card out of this Retron system, I'll have to probably enter the code tomorrow. I'll enter it before I go online. But I have about 12 minutes left here. It looks like, yeah, about 12 minutes left. Let's see if I missed anything. Yes, you can jump on the shield, and I did. Yes. Okay, I'm looking at the chats here, see if there's anything. I try to scan for question marks, but sometimes you guys don't put question marks at the end of your stuff. So if I miss your question, it's because I didn't see it as a question, if that makes sense. Also, if you do, my understanding is if you do an @YourJoy, it will highlight it. I don't know if you've been asked this before, but what do you think of Xbox taking over Activision Blizzard? Do you think they can bring back the old Blizzard, or is that never going to happen? I don't know. I've said before, I have friends at Blizzard still. A lot of things are changing. Is what we were able to do capable again? I don't know. I really don't know. I would be. I'm going to be spending a lot more time watching Dreamhaven to see what comes out of there. I know that they just did a big announcement a week or so ago. And I have a lot of confidence in Mike and all the guys over there to make great stuff based on the old way we used to do things. But I don't know what's going to happen with Activision Blizzard and Windows Blizzard, or not Windows Blizzard, but Microsoft Blizzard. I don't know. You know, I have very strong feelings about Bobby Kotick not being there anymore, which I'm happy about. But other than that, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, I have great hopes for them. I'm just very happy that the worlds that we created long ago are still up and alive and people still care about them. I do have a question for you. While you were at Blizzard, were you aware of StarCraft AI. Brood War AI scene. Kind of the most point now. Kind of a mute point now, but we've been trying to get official recognition for years. If you don't know, there's a decade of AI development. I don't know what you're talking about. And people enjoy playing against them quite a lot. I mean, I know that in the early years, all AIs were written by, or the single player AIs were written by Bob Fitch and I believe Alan Adham, if I remember correctly. But I don't know. I don't know about Brood War because I know that a lot of the Brood War was done outside, and but they were very well written. I don't know. You're asking me. I don't know programmer stuff, but any other than who I believe was working on them at the time. Yearjoy. How'd you come up with Yearjoy? The meaning behind it. There's no meaning behind it. It's an anagram of Joey Ray. If you mix up the letters, it says Joey Ray, and if you mix it up again, it says Yearjoy. I always thought that was kind of funny, so it just made perfect sense to me to just go, okay, well, that's it. If you could change one thing you've created in your career, what would it be and how would you change it? In all honesty, and people ask me this kind of question all the time, if you could go back and change anything, would you? And I go, no. Because if you think about multiple universes, if you change one thing, you're going to move into a separate universe, and everything that I am now would not be who I am in that universe. So even changing one thing, like I had a horrific childhood without a doubt, and people always go, well, if you could go back and change it, would you? No, because it's part of what made me who I am. It was very violent. It was very not we'll just say not a lot of hugs is what I usually say in my childhood, but it helped me develop my sense of humor. It helped me develop fighting skills. It helped me develop my ability to not be offended by most anything, but it also, the skills I learned through that are skills that I still use today and that I've used in games and stuff like that. So no, I wouldn't change anything. And I don't think anybody should, because I don't think if I went back and changed something, then I wouldn't be the person I am now to go back and change something. Does that make sense? That probably makes more sense. That's a better way to put it. Finally, you've been captured live. How are you enjoying streaming? Streaming is a trip. As most people know of me, I don't talk this much ever. I really enjoy just sitting at my computers, making cool stuff, putting it out there, and then going on to the next thing. I'm not a huge talker. My son is. He's been, like I always tell people, I go, when your child is 2, you'll spend 2 years trying to get them to walk and talk, and then you'll spend the rest of their lives trying to get them to sit down and shut up. So that's kids. And as you know, Thor is really, really good for talking 12 hours straight. He has always been really good at talking 12 hours straight. I am not. I'm the quiet guy sitting in the corner watching the circus go by. I've moved on from StarCraft, but thanks for the world created. Oh, you're welcome. Did you feel accomplished with... Yes, I feel accomplished, but by the same token, someone's asking, do you feel accomplished with where you are today? I do, but I also feel driven to do more. Their accomplishments aren't okay, I'm done. You're always driven. You're always, if you're passionate about what you do, if you make your hobby your work, you're always going to be driven to do more. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing the stream in the first place, is because it gives me a reason to get up in the morning. It gives me things that I can go and create for, all that kind of stuff. And it may end tomorrow, but that's okay too, and I may get in trouble because I'm not doing Twitch right. If I'm not, hopefully I'll sit down with Thor at some time and go over what I'm doing and see if there's anything that I'm doing terribly wrong that's going to get me in trouble. I have a weird take that I want to run by you. I think Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 relate to each other beautifully, and same goes for 3 and 4, but I have cognitive dissonance going into Diablo 2 to Diablo 3. Does that track? I mean, they're different teams built Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, so yes, there's going to be differences. There's going to be evolutions, if that's a good way to put it. The game's going to evolve. Different people are going to bring different things to the table. So yeah, there is a bit of a difference, but that's okay. Games evolve. As you bring new people in, they're going to do with that world what they do. And not everything that was originally planted on the farm they're going to keep growing. They're going to be changing that up quite a bit. So I think every game will evolve. Every game will change as each generation gets control of it. It says, I think generally speaking, you have to mess up pretty bad to piss Twitch off. Well, I just heard a challenge. No, I'm kidding. Now, I'm sure that with Thor's experience, he will let me know long before Twitch does if I completely screw something up. Assuming he watches anything that I do, he may not. I mean, even like his stream, I know he's on 12 hours a day, and I only stop by every now and then for about a half hour, and just talk on chat, because other than the interview we did a couple weeks ago, and then last year I spent some time on his show while I was visiting him in his home. Wait, is Thor in chat? I don't know if he's in this chat. I don't know. I'm sure he's off doing day off stuff, not monitoring his old man. Yeah. Odin does not need Thor to watch him. But yeah, about the only thing that will get you a knock on the door by Twitch police are blatant racist things. Well, I'm not going to do blatant latest things, and nobody wants to see me naked. So that is true. Thor does never stop working. He's probably doing something with the ferrets, or other things. Him and Shay do a fantastic job on that stuff. And even I'll go in and watch the ferrets playtime, because it's fun to have it playing in the background and watch them running through the tubes and stuff like that. But there are times when I'm looking at it and I'm going, I really want to build like a tube maze that goes up on the ceiling and wraps around but it's not my rescue, and I don't know that much about ferrets as to whether that's a good thing or bad thing for them. I know my cats love stuff like that, but I don't know about ferrets. Ferrets were just the next thing. I mean, Thor has always, since he was a little kid, he wanted to be an entomologist when he was a little kid. So he always had bugs, and like I think he still has. He has some Madagascar cockroaches that he always kept in his office. Like he had a terrarium with them in it. He had mice. He always had some kind of a menagerie going at some place. So when ferrets came along, they were okay. Yeah, there's not really too much you can do. Thor is Thor, and he's very happy in what he does. He's very driven to do what he does, and I give him all the kudos in the world. So ferrets, it's the thing, and I'm glad that he's doing what he can to rescue them. Oh, sorry. Turn that off. Turn off. Thank you. Huh? I said off. Okay. That's my 2.5 hour timer. So technically our time is up. Ah! But yeah, so Thor has always been a collector of animals and really cared about that kind of stuff and doing his best to do it. I know that he even had his ant farm there at one point. If you, okay, honestly, if you speak to Thor about it, he will know if it's good or bad for them, and Shay will also chime in. You never know. He might already want to do it, but isn't because he thinks it's only him wanting to do it. I don't know what that's in regards to. Not sure what you're talking about there, dude. But Thor will do what Thor does, and he's really good at it, so I have no complaints. And the next time that I go see him, we're once again going to have to go to the Brazilian steakhouse and just hog out. So that is my request from him. That is the request I have for my child. Once again, t-shirt today. I have neither the time nor the crayons to explain this to you. But because I'm on the stream now, I will go buy a big box of crayons just so that when we need to, I can do that. He is talking about the tube maze that, oh, that's true. Okay. Yeah, he may do it. Who knows? Gonna play the next game tomorrow. Love the stream so far. For the ferrets. Yay. I don't know if you have already, but you should consider adding Nightbot to your stream. It is basically an account. Right. Yeah, for security reasons, I'm going to make sure I run most of this stuff. Anything else I add to the stream, I'm going to run by Thor because the kid is amazing at security, and I don't want to put anything in danger or anybody I know in danger. So we'll keep. I'll go with his advice on what things I should and should not add. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I'm just trying to finish up some of these last little minute things. The tubes for the ferrets all over the place. Why he was saying ask Thor. Well, because basically Thor actually owns the ferret rescue. I think Thor and Shay actually own it, to be more precise. You may want to put a channel in your Discord for your daily shirt picks. And most okay, I could put them there. I kind of like showing them here though. I can do both. Not gonna hurt anything. Nightbot, Steam Eliminator, Wizbot, or SiriBot are good shouts. Okay, like I said, I'll run past Thor what I should add or shouldn't add. Thanks for the stream, your joy. Have a nice day, y'all. Thank you, stream. Okay, I really need your t-shirts for video meetings. I have hundreds of them. So, in fact, I have a box of them I have not unpacked in the garage at the house in the States that I have to get over there, unpack them, wash them all. But I have about 20 shirts or 30 shirts that will tide me over until then. So we will see how that goes. Well, I am going to say goodbye for now, everybody. The next stream will be in, let me turn all this back on. The next stream, if I have to set it. If I don't set it, it will forget it. So let's go 7, which tomorrow's the 7th. And we go, okay, I will see you guys in 21 hours, 31 minutes. Okay. Love you all greatly. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.